welcome to a very impromptu little live stream we're gonna do. I don't know how many people are gonna see this or jump in here, but we are basically doing this because I learned how to put both of us, or me and a guest, or Wanda and a guest into our actual lives on YouTube. And I wanted to test it out and just see how it worked. So we're just gonna chit chat for a few minutes, and if anybody jumps in, great. If not, well, you'll watch it later on. So hi, Wanda.
Hi, Kim. How's the
How you
cicadas?
doing? They're awful. Oh my god, they're so bad. I hate them so much, Wanda. God, I hate them. Oh god. You know what's really cool about this feature? I'm going to show you this. Is that I can do this because this is a mobile feature and not just like you can't do this on your laptop.
Mhm.
I have the ability to do this. Okay, maybe
Yeah, you're
not.
breaking up a
Hang
little
on.
bit.
There.
Oh, kitties, kitties.
I can turn my camera around and I can actually walk around and I can do this kind of thing instead of just being me static sitting here. But yeah, so look at the kitties. Look at everybody just chillaxing today. Yay! And you should be able to do that too, Wanda. You should be able to turn your phone around. There should be a little button on there for you to turn it
Yeah,
around.
I see it. I don't. Mine are all sleeping. Yeah, let's see the
Watch
cicadas.
out. No, yeah, they're freaking
I
nasty.
want
I'm
to see. I
telling
want
you.
to see you
Yeah,
go
I said,
outside with the cicadas.
oh, God. God, I hate it so much. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. So there's one, where to go? I just seen it. They hide too. They like blend in. There's one right there. See, they're blending
I
in.
see
They're all
it. Yeah.
nasty. There's one in my plant right there. Oh, they're so gross. And there's casings. Oh God, Wanda, they're so gross. I hate them so much. I
Do you
just hate them. Yeah.
do you ever step on them and you don't see that they're there and you step on them?
That might be a problem, except for one thing. I don't go outside as much as possible. Nope, I'm not going outside any more than I absolutely have to because I hate them so much. They're so icky. And if I stepped on one, and listen, they're so big, I know damn well that if I step on one, it's going to be a really loud crunch and I'm going to feel it
Yeah.
all the way. Like the shock waves are going to go all the way through my leg. I can't do it.
I like the
I
gags
can't.
every time. All you have to do is say cicada.
God, yuck. Ew, I don't like them. I wish they would all go away, but I know we got so much time before they go away. It's just miserable. I hate it. I hate it so much. But like I said, we just wanted to jump in here and just say hi to everybody. I don't know how this all works. So if you guys are putting chats up, I'm not seeing anything. I'm looking right
I
now
don't
to
see
see if I can.
anything either.
Yeah, so I don't know if we can see chat. I don't know how this works. I'm
Oh,
like looking
what's
at it
this?
and here, hang on.
It's
Live
talk
chat.
chat, live chat,
I put
all
live chat.
messages,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
live
know.
chat, all
Listen,
messages are visible.
we are learning, guys. We are learning right now. You know what we can do? Oh, I have to get my laptop. You know what, Wanda? You got your other phone, right?
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, what you can do is you can always jump into that, open up this live stream, and then just pause it. Oh, there we go. There we go. It works. Yay! Heike's here. Look at that. Heike's here and says works. Yay. Thank you,
Oh,
Heike, for
yeah.
letting us know and putting the chat up. So now we know how chat works.
I had to switch to top chat.
Okay, I switched to all chat. So yeah, so this is a new feature that we've learned how to do. So we can now do this here and there. We can just jump in and do a live stream with both of us side by side. Um, but like I said, I mean, like the title of this says, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, because that's just what I was like. We're just gonna test this out and see how it works. So what are your plans today, there, Wanda?
Well, I have to get ready for a certain person's live stream tomorrow. So I'm
Are you
going to be
doing research today?
I'm going to be sending. I'm going to be doing some research and sending some information over to our lovely Jenna
Okay,
and getting that all in order.
nice.
So I'm going to be doing. I have a flow chart. I don't know exactly. I mean, there's some questions about how accurate it is, but at least it'll give people a general idea of how this
Right.
works.
Right.
So
And anything we're not certain about, we'll obviously, try to give you guys some like outlets to go and double check things. And again, I'm going to say this over and over and over again. Neither of us are veterinarians. Yes, we might have a lot of information about this and that and the other thing, but if you ever have questions at the end of the day or whatever, always check with your vets. Check with your vets. Check with your vets. Definitely do that. I mean, we're gonna do as much as we can to give you some information and some resources. But yeah, at the end of the day, always check with your vets because they're going to have the best knowledge of what's best for your particular pet. So
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of people that try to make blanket statements for every cat. It's like, yes, there's a general rule, but there's always exceptions to that rule. There's always mitigating circumstances. So that's why I always say check with your vet, because your vet knows your pet and your specific situation. That's always going to be your best option.
Well, I'm hoping to get a veterinary social worker on the
Yeah,
armchair
yeah,
cat
yeah.
advocate. I'm hoping to do that. I'm hoping to
That'd be
get
cool.
some people that are really knowledgeable about emotional support animals. I mean, I know what I know because I went through the process, and I can
Right,
walk people through that process
right,
because, it's not what those advertisements are on YouTube, which drive me nuts.
right. I know.
It's like, do you want to take your animal to the restaurant? No, you can't. You
So,
can't.
here's the thing. We might be able to. I actually have Diana. Diana at one point, not too long ago, like within the last year, she actually had her and her son had a dog that lived at the house, and the place that she lives doesn't allow certain kinds of animals, and this dog fell under that umbrella, and she actually used one of those things that popped up on Facebook and paid the money and whatever. So you know what we could do? I could ask Diana if she would jump in here one of these days and just tell us what it is she did, what she used and whatever. Because I mean, I don't it obviously worked for her,
Mhm.
but I know what you're saying, and I'm not a huge fan of those things either because it's kind of like, you never know what kind of scam you're buying into.
Well, the
But it might
problem
be
is,
interesting to hear her experience with it.
yeah, well, the problem is, she might have gotten away with it because the
Right.
landlord didn't know. And that's
Right.
a
That's
lot
what I'm
because
saying.
a lot of times the landlords don't know, and anything that has to do with lawsuit, they're going to stay away from. So
Right.
if you're talking about people with disabilities and the ADA and all those other
Right.
entities that go along with the legalities of people with disabilities and what they
Right.
can do and can't do, it gets really confusing. That's why they have
Right.
disability law lawyers,
Right.
because it does get really in the weeds. And
Right.
I, but they can, the landlords can question those places
Oh
where
yeah,
they
they can.
buy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know, and we will talk about this tomorrow, but I can just a real quick story. My
Yeah.
upstairs neighbor, well, she's now downstairs, but she was upstairs. She has a 100-pound pit bull that is her
Mhm.
emotional support. Now,
Yeah.
she has admitted that when she moved in here, he wasn't her emotional support. That
Right.
she was actually told by one of the providers, one of the housing providers, to go get it documented as
Right.
an emotional support animal, basically to override that rule, that breed
Yep.
restriction. Or
Yep.
no, it wasn't a breed restriction. It was, I'm sorry, it was a size restriction, height, size,
Right.
weight restriction. And, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I understand in one, I don't want to see pets and people be separated, but in another
Right.
perspective of it is, okay, this is why we're where we're at with emotional support animals.
Right.
So she
I
did
agree.
that, and then she ended up, her psychiatrist wrote off for her, like my family doctor wrote for me. But now it's at the point where, because there's been so much abuse and because there's so much concern about liability, a lot of these physical health and mental health organizations will no longer write. They're
Right.
not. I mean, they're putting in policies saying that their doctors, their therapists, there's other staff members that could write these emotional support animal recommendation letters can no longer do it.
Right.
So I told her this, and so what she did is she went to one of these, well, I call them letter mills, the emotional support animal letter mills
Of
that you can
course
find
you do.
online, and
It's okay. No, it's okay.
She paid
It's
for this emotional support
okay.
animal letter,
Okay.
and she got the letter. The letter cost
Right.
her almost $200.
Jesus.
Just the letter,
I think
just the
that's what
letter.
I think that's about what Diana paid too.
Just the letter cost her almost
Yep.
$200.
Yep.
And then on top of that, they told her that if she ever had a problem, like if a landlord ever contested it, that
Yeah.
they would talk to the landlord, the therapist would talk to the landlord, but she would have to pay another like $100 or something like that for the therapist to talk to
Oh
the
my
landlord
God.
because that's, the therapist is doing that hourly. Now, if you compare
Right.
that to my experience, I went to a local agency in town here that deals with people with
Right.
disability. They deal with landlord tenant law. They're advocates for tenants, but they also
Right.
educate landlords. They do mediation between landlords and tenants. That's what they do, and they also do disability advocacy. And they
Right.
talked me through the whole process. So the whole process was basically I went to my doctor, I asked for basically a prescription for an emotional support
Right.
animal, and he gave it to me. And then I had to go and I had to I had to do a request for a reasonable accommodation. Then that all went to my landlord, and then my landlord had to approve it and send a letter back saying, yeah, it's okay, you can have the cats. Didn't cost me anything. It didn't cost me
Right.
anything. And if there were
Right.
any questions, my doctor would have talked to the landlord. So
Right.
you have to question what are the websites, these or organizations that are doing this. What is their end game? What are they really trying to
Right.
do? Obviously they're not trying to help people. They're not trying to accommodate people that are disabled, because a lot of
Right.
people that are disabled that are using these animals as emotional support, they're not rich people.
Right.
So to ask somebody to pay $200 for a letter, insane.
It's insane. No, I agree. It's absolutely 100% insane, and it's not right. It's like they're doing these things to purposely just. It's just not. It's not fair. It's not right. I don't like it.
No, it's exploitive. It's they're making money off of people's desperation is what's
Right.
happening. And it really isn't right. And then you have people like the guy that lives here in York County that has an emotional support alligator.
Right.
And
Yeah, that's just.
you know,
It's insane.
yeah.
So, Wanda, I'm going to tell you about a feature, and I think I've talked about this before. And I'm telling you about this because I'm about to do something, and I'm not doing it
Okay.
to like override anything we're doing. But so, YouTube has got this feature where every month, certain channels, if you're monetized, obviously, or you have the feature, you've gotten to the point where you can have members. Um, they give you 10 memberships per month to give out for free, and you can give them in 2 blocks of 5. Now, I have a hard time getting that done because it's like every time I get into a live stream, either we're in StreamYard or the option's not showing up for me.
Mhm.
So I just turned on I was just checking, making sure that our chat feature is working, everything. So I pulled it up on my laptop just to make sure that we're not missing anything, anybody's saying, whatever, because of this feature. It's new to us. We've just the first time we've done this. And it popped up that it's letting me do that.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm going to use them while I have them. So I'm just
Okay.
letting you know ahead of time that I'm going to gift 5 now. And they're just 5 memberships for Life with 18 Cats. So yeah, so I don't know if it's going to pop up underneath in our box here, but yeah, so I just gifted 5 of them on my channel just because I want to use them. I want to use them while I have them and while the feature just popped up for me, seeing as how it's random. It's so random. YouTube is so weird. It's like once in a while it works and once in a while it doesn't. It's like I don't
No,
understand.
nothing popped
Okay,
up on
it
my
didn't pop
end.
up here. Okay, it popped up on my main screen, not
Okay.
here though.
Maybe because
It
you're the
might be
one
just
because you're giving
yeah.
them. Maybe.
Yep, I just gifted 5 memberships and they went to Linda Kramer, Prince Gratz, Miss the LVRM, Miss Tuned, and the Amazing Rando. So yeah, I just wanted to use them while I have them sitting up here because it's worth using them because it just gets more eyes on the channel. It gets more people in here and involved, and of course because we have the live stream later on today that's a members only. of course, I'm going to gift all these so that we have them, so people have them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's fun. Anyways, just wanted to let you know that that's what I was doing. That's why I was looking up and down while you were talking, because I was listening to you, but I was trying to do this at the same time. I just want to make sure we're not missing anybody's chats, because I'm just like, I don't know. We don't know how this, how this all works yet. So yeah, there we go. It's just
Yeah.
weird that there's only one chat, because normally we have a lot more chats than this. That's why I was like, I'm gonna double check and make sure that this is actually working. I think it is. It seems like it's working. I don't know. Live chat, all messages visible. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. We're just playing around with this morning. No big like agenda or anything. Poor Wanda, I call her. I'm like, you ready to do this? She's like, yeah, let me go change clothes because I just woke up too.
Well, actually, I've been up.
But we're still
I
running
just
on our
I just had
jammies.
my yeah, I just have my old I had my old t-shirt on that I sleep in, and
Right.
it has tears in it from the
Yep.
cat's claws. So
Thank you, Heike, for letting me know that. I appreciate that, because yeah, it's nice to have somebody jumping in and just giving us some information about what's going on, because I can see little things. Like I said, this feature of us being able to be on here side by side is literally only available through your mobile app. You can't do it from your laptop or your desktop. It only works through your phone. So of course you got this little bitty phone screen that you're trying to see everything, and
uh,
that doesn't give you all the information. So yes, I appreciate that, Heike. Thank you so much. Yay.
yeah, it'd be nice if
Heike's in
they
here
let you
helping
do
us
this
out.
on the computer. It would be
I
so
know,
much
and that
easier.
it would be so nice if we could do this from the
Yeah.
computer, but no, it's only a mobile app feature. It's just whatever. Whatever. Such goofy things. Just yeah, YouTube is just weird. YouTube's weird. We all know that. YouTube does some weird things, and not everybody is very happy about it most of the time. Okay, so I'm going to blow through all. There's the other 5. That's done. And again, I mean, I could have spread that out, but the problem is I don't know when the feature is going to work again, because one day it works and the next day it doesn't. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's like, God, get your stuff together. So yeah, so I just did the other 5. So now I just gave out my 10 for the month. So now we've got 10 more members. Then the thing is these are not paid. They're not paid memberships. So these are not memberships. The 10 that you get for free from YouTube, you get nothing out of them except for, getting people to come back and check out your channel and possibly continue their membership after this one ends. Oh,
Oh,
yay.
there's Jenna.
I'm watching 15 minutes delayed, but good morning, ladies. Well done, Kim. Thank you, Jenna. Look what we learned how to do. I didn't tell Jenna about this yet because I was hoping she'd like just see it and jump in and be like, oh my God, look what the girls learned how to do. I'm so
Can
proud.
figure something out. See?
I did. Yay for
Yeah,
me.
Jenna, this should be a proud day for you as it is for me because we are co-parenting Kim, and it takes a village, and so here I am. It's like,
Mom, are
Wanda,
you
you want
proud
to go
of me?
live? Okay. Now I know how poor Diana feels. Poor Diana. It's like,
I know, right? Poor
what do you
Diana. I
want,
know. I feel
Kim?
bad for her. Oh, it's so funny. It's so good. Thank you, Jen. I'm so glad I made you proud, Mom.
Jenna, I'll
I'm
just
so
tell you.
you should have seen me yesterday when I figured out how to do this. I called Wanda and I go, Wanda, I just sent you a link in an email. Go click on it. Just trust me and do it. She's like, okay. And I hung up and she clicked the link and ended up and I was like, look what I learned how to do. She's like, oh my God, Kim. Oh God, what a mess I am. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get through it. So yeah, so what do you got going what do you got planned for the over on the Armchair Cat Advocate here coming up?
Well, I have some things I'm going to be posting today,
Okay.
and I didn't post it yet, or I didn't upload it yet. Sorry, I'm getting
Okay.
my. I'm used to Facebook people. That's
Right.
because I had the Knowledge is Power show on Facebook.
Yep.
So, you posted things. Now you
Yeah.
upload things.
Right.
So, hi, Mary. Mary just popped in.
Hi,
Hi, Mary.
Mary. How you doing, Mary?
So I have the Catterday cattails
Yay!
is going to be focused on abracadabra today.
Oh, that's
So,
listen. I absolutely love the little names that you have for you come up with for things like the Canada cattails. I think that's phenomenal. I think it's beautiful. I adore it. Hi, Todd.
so I have that, and I have a couple of other short videos, and I think I have an update on the cat grass today too, because
Yay!
I think today it might be ready for the kitties to check out for everyone to make sure that mom
Nice.
grew it properly. Um, so
Get
I'm
their approval.
hoping.
Mia Hardy's checking in. Hi, Mia Hardy. How you doing? Nice to see you, hun. So the cat grass. I'm really interested in the whole. Good morning. I'm really interested in the whole cat grass thing because okay, so I tried growing like catnip at one time.
Mhm.
Um, here's why it doesn't work in my house. Because I don't have an actual room dedicated to this. And with this many kitties, I grew like this little pot of this stuff, took it out, set it down, and like four kitties converged on it and they devoured it in like those old cartoons when like the termites would show up and just take
Mhm.
down the entire house in 2 seconds. That was those four kitties with that stuff. So like only four kitties got it and it was gone like that. So it's like unless I have like a grow room that is closed off to these guys where I can grow like massive amounts, yeah, I can't do it because it doesn't last.
Actually, Kim, catnip you can grow outside. I think, you'd have to check your growth zone for Missouri because I'm in the
Mhm.
east, but you can
I'm not
grow
growing catnip
this.
outside, Wanda.
Our friend Tiana does, and
Okay, I understand that.
It spreads.
Uh-huh. You know what would
You
happen if
could
I
make
grew catnip outside?
you could make your whole backyard a catnip field.
No. Yeah, you know what? I could name my property. You know, like how they have like like Spawn Ranch, blah blah blah. I could
Yeah,
name my house Catnip Fields.
yeah, catnip. That works. And instead of Jeffree Star has a yak ranch, you can have the cat ranch.
Like Catnip. Good God. You leave my Jeffrey alone. I know
I
what
didn't
you're
say
doing.
anything
Listen,
negative. I just said he has a
listen,
ranch. He
I
has a
know
yak
you
ranch.
well enough. I
He
know
has
that that
he
was a
has a yak
passive aggressive statement and I know it.
he has a yak ranch.
Listen. You can say I get it. I'm not gonna defend everything he's ever done. I'm not. Just like I'm not gonna defend everything I've ever done because Lord knows I've made some pretty undefendable choices in my life before. But overall, I think he does a great job with what he's done. He's a real person. He just is real. He says it like it is. He doesn't hold back. He does nothing. But he's got that. God, he's got like I hate to say this, but there's a point in time when you have enough money. They call it FU money. He's got FU money. He's
Yeah.
got the money where he can say FU to the whole entire world and it doesn't matter to him. Whereas the rest of the world can't do that, you know? So you gotta respect. Don't hate the player, Wanda. Don't hate the player.
I'm reading
Mary
Mary
Miles.
Miles. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
reading her.
Listen, Mary, this is the problem here. I mean, we all know that there's a lot because we actually do. In my area, we have a lot of outdoor cats.
Mhm.
I mean, they're everywhere around here. So if I actually tried to grow catnip outside, it would be gone before I'd have a chance to grab any of it and bring it in the house. I mean, it'd be gone. I would basically be growing it for the outside cats. I did grow catnip outside before, but then my cat died sadly. Oh, Mia, I'm so sorry. That's so sad. I'm so sorry for your loss, hon. That's a tough one.
Well, Kim, what about your bathroom? You have that door shut, right?
Yes,
So
I would have to sacrifice my bathtub.
you could do
Just get a
well, you
big
could
old
do
thing.
it. Well, if your bathroom is big enough, you could do a container. You could just put it in a container, a big container,
Yeah,
and let it go.
I would
Yeah.
have to get one of those big like plant troughs, like the size of my bathtub, and I'd have to put it in there and grow it, and then just move it every time I need to use my bathtub. I
I
mean,
would
no, there is ways I could make it work. I could
what
do
I
it.
what I think would be fun to do is to get one of the cement mixing trays that we're using as
Oh
litter
yeah.
and
Yeah.
grow. cat grass in there. The only thing that I'm thinking is that they might use that as a bathroom because
You
they have
know,
the.
they
I don't know if
yeah,
they. I don't know if they would or if they would because if they're eating it, they might not. I don't know.
right. I don't know. That's a good. I mean, it would have to be a brand new one that they've never used as a litter box.
Right. Right.
Yeah, but they might. I mean, I don't think they would use it as a litter box. I think that the defining rule for them is in a litter box is does it have the litter stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't think they would because they think the cat grass they see as food. So I don't think they're going to go and try to use that as a litter box when there's something they consume in there. I don't know. Cats are weird.
Yeah. I
Maybe they
don't
were.
know. I mean, because you could get one and you could just drill holes in it. You could drill some
That's
drainage
true.
holes in it
That's true.
and
That's very true.
get a bag of potting soil and dump it in there. And I mean, it's
This
easy
makes
to
sense.
grow. Cat grass is really easy to grow.
Well, I've been keeping up on the videos you've been putting up with the cat grass, and I'm like, God, that looks, because I love doing stuff like that. But if I showed you my backyard right now, you'd be like, the hell are you doing? I'm not joking you. Listen, listen,
But
listen.
there's
And I'm
cicadas
just,
back there, Kim.
I know. That's why my backyard, listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. I walked out my back door. My, God, I'm so embarrassed to tell you guys this. My entire backyard. Now remember, my little plot of land here is about a quarter of an acre on a corner lot in the middle of town. And so the front side is about an eighth of an acre, and the backyard is about an eighth of an acre, which is not a small. It's not a small property. It's pretty decent size for right in the middle of town. And my whole entire backyard, the yard has grown to up to here on me.
Oh my.
I'm not joking you. It is not a situation that I could mow at this point. I would literally have to I might actually grab Diana once the cicadas go away. I might grab Diana because I got 2 weed whips. It is a
Diana.
situation where the only way I can get this done is by weed whipping it down first
Yeah.
and then mowing it once we get it down. Because going out there and trying to mow it like right now is like imagine trying to shave somebody's head with hair that's like down to their butt. That's not
Yeah.
what you do. You cut it off first and then you shave it.
Right. Right.
Okay, same thing with my yard right now. And I do want to go I do want to say this publicly on here. God bless my community because my community has banded together and they have literally donated enough to cover the cost of the mowing this weekend. Between the live stream last night and a couple of donations I got that went straight to PayPal just to avoid anything getting taken by Mr. YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got those notifications last night after the live stream. I'm like, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much because, like I said, I'm not doing it, you guys. I'm not. So yes, I just want to thank the community for jumping in there and being so incredibly amazing and understanding that the cicadas are an issue. I know I'm a sissy. I'm sorry. Mary Miles, that's great, Kim. Oh no, you guys are wonderful. I appreciate all you guys so much because yeah, last night I was like, oh, thank you guys. That's so sweet. I was damn near in tears just going, they helped me with the mowing of the yard so I don't gotta get attacked by cicadas. Oh, they love me.
And the cicadas came back and they couldn't stay
I
away.
know
They were sitting
their
on
song
Kim's
was
porch the very
phenomenal.
next day.
Oh my god. That song was so great. That was awesome. I loved it. I loved it so much. So since we got a couple few people in here, I think I'm gonna you should do this.
That
Well, maybe not, I don't know. Ever seen my house and all the beauty and glory to do a little kitty check-in. Come here, watch out, Amber. You gotta get on. I'm just like, now just mind you guys, it is here. I have not done any cleaning yet. Everybody just ate and we did this. So let's just go through and say hi to everybody. Hey, Choo Choo. Choo Choo. Chewy. Chewy. He knows his name. He does. I swear to God he does. Choo Choo, what are you doing? Choo Choo. Chewy. Why are you looking? There's that little boy. Hi, Pumpkin. Hi, Figaro. Hi, little Figure Man. Uh-oh. Be nice. You see how they are?
oh yeah.
We got Sherlock. We got Tiny Whiny. I don't know why Tiny Whiny is trying to squeeze his big butt right there in between. when he has got all the room over here. Oh yeah, he bullied. Did he bully you, Sherlock?
Uh,
Sherlock, that wasn't nice. He bullied you. Are you gonna put up with that? That was very nice of you to move and let him have that space. Yes, he's obviously being a bully. Yes, don't participate in that. And over here we got beautiful little Hazelbud. Hi, Hazelbud. We got Mr. Mip Mit. And we got little Miss Amber over here. Hello, Amber. And who's down here? We got little Polly Doodlebug. Hi, Polly Doodlebug. Hi, sweet girl. Who else? We got Perfect. Hi, Perfect Kitten. Hi, sweet. She is side eyeing me. You see that? She is looking at me like, get that camera away from me, Mom, now.
trying to sleep.
I know. She's like, no. And who we got down here? We got Pretty Princess. Hi, Pretty Pretties. What are you doing? Hi, pretty girl. And we got Mr. Marcel and Mr. Lulu over here checking out outside. We got Gira because he just got done eating. Would you like to come out? I'm gonna open
No.
the door. I'm gonna let kitties in. I'm gonna let kitties in. You want to come out? You want to go in the kitchen? Here, I'll take you into the kitchen. We're gonna go see if there's any kitties out there. Anyways, come on. We're gonna go for a little walk. Are you guys coming too? Huh? Choo choo. Are you gonna be nice? No. All right. Ready? Oh, do you want to see what I can do? Look at I can do this. Don't ask why I've got that down. Don't ask why my luggage is down. There was something in there I needed to grab, so I had to grab it. Hi, Chair Todd. And there's my little fleen. Yes. And little Marbles. Hello, Marbles.
Aw.
I know, he's so cute. Oh, little babies. Okay, it's gonna be dark for a second, guys. Hold on. Oh. Now, this is what I mean. I'm gonna show you something. This is what I mean by when I started filming, all of a sudden I'm like filming and I'm like, oh, that wasn't there 5 minutes ago when I walked through the room, but they just ate breakfast, so of course somebody got sick on the floor. Yeah, but that's real. That's the reality of the channel, man. This is what happens. I have 19 cats. If you think that doesn't happen, you are delusional. Yeah, so I'll pick that up as soon as we're done. So I'm not going to do that right now. Aw. Sherlock, is you drinking water? He's such a good boy. There, we did a little walkthrough. Okay. Time. Mary Miles says, hi, kitties. Yes, reality. No, it really is. And that's kind of like, I don't like, and that's where that just leads back to, things that me and Wanda have both said before. It's like, you see these unrealistic portrayals of pet ownership. Because, like I said before, I don't care what anybody says. Unless you are like some rich person out in Hollywood or LA or something, or wherever else you want to, just pick a cliche rich area, okay? Unless you have that kind of life where you don't have to work, your entire world is at home, and you have a staff of people that are helping you, you cannot have this many animals in one house and have no damage, no messes, no nothing. Everything's pristine. You got Ashley furniture, or God only knows what kind of furniture. I don't know any higher buck furniture because I'm not that person. But you can't have all that. You just can't. And anybody that tries to get in here and try to say, oh no, look at my house, is perfect, blah, 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 I'm going to call BS. Because it's just not how it works. You can't train cats to respect wealth. You can't. So,
Well, and you know that some of these channels that we watch, and I'm not giving any,
right,
shade to anybody,
right.
but you know that you see them and you see they have these cat rooms and they have everything looks wonderful. And I've
Like,
even asked some of them. I said, "How do
yeah,
you keep the
yeah,
like the cardboard, like the little cardboard?" Like I have one that's the shape of a cheese, looks like a cube of cheese. You know those kind
yeah.
of little things that you get. My friend got it for him. We were at Ollie's, Kim,
Ah,
and they had this little
that's not cheap.
scratcher. Yeah, they had this little scratcher thing that looks like a cube of cheese. And my friend,
Yeah,
I said, "Oh, that's really cute." She said, "Oh, we'll get one for your cat." So, I have one of those, and so far it's holding up. But I know
yeah,
eventually they chew on them, they scratch them, they rip them apart,
yeah.
and and I see these content creators and they have that kind of stuff and it's pristine and
That's
it's
not,
like
yeah.
you have to be replacing this on a regular basis. You have to be.
Even if your cat's not using it. Because, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and here's my question. I will pose this question to those people. why are you replacing it for the sake of content? Because that's not real. If you have a cat and you bought it for your cat's going to use it. So why are you ashamed of
Yeah.
it having marks on it? I mean, we've all seen my cat tower. You're always telling me we need to get more Sissel for Kim. Is that the word for it? Sissel?
Yeah, Sissel. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
show you.
We need to
Well,
get Kim more Sissel so she can do. You've seen my cat tower. You know why my cat tower looks like that? Because my cats use it. And I'm not sitting here going, I'm so ashamed of my cat tower. No, I'm not. My cats use it. They love it. Yeah. Look at that.
so,
See?
so Kim, look, I'm going to show you
Yeah.
this. Now,
Right.
it's okay, Moss, so you don't have to leave. But I actually wrapped this not long
Yeah.
ago, and
Right.
already I'm going to have to get my hot glue
Yep.
gun out and stick
Yep.
it again. But
Yep.
they're already pulling it apart.
Yeah. And
And
that's how and you've seen
I
mine.
just literally rewrapped that, I don't know, a couple weeks ago.
Right. And that's how and you've seen mine. Mine is torn up. Oh, hey cats. Hi, Jenna. How you doing, honey? Oh yeah, see, Mary Miles says like Martha Stewart perfection, not happening here, and that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why people think that there's stuff that's meant for their cats being used is a bad thing. So yeah. Now I will say I saw one person had a really cute idea. Now I don't know if my cats would do this or what kind of problems this would pose. I really think I need to think this through before I do it. But one I guess you can buy like almost like miniature hot tubs and all the balls that go in them for
Hmm.
cats to play in. Like I said, I don't know if my cats would use it, but I'm thinking you can buy bags of those little balls that are like for ball pits, and
Yeah,
they're pretty inexpensive, and I could get a little kiddie pool.
yeah,
I mean, that'd be kind of cute, don't you think?
yeah,
I don't know if my cats would use it. I'm really trying to think this through first. I'm like, okay, and what kind of repercussions would that have for me? And here's what I would be concerned about with those. Okay, because I've seen them on these
mhm,
content creators that have these beautiful cat rooms and they have the little ball pit, and I'm like, but what if they pee in there?
yeah. That's
What if they
true.
poop in there?
Or puke.
Or puke? I mean, it's not like I said, you can't train a cat to respect wealth. You can't. They don't care if you're wealthy or not.
Well, this
Is
okay.
that your boxes?
So yeah. So, but I these show up in some of my videos because
Mm-hmm.
I usually have them like that. But
Right.
you know what they are? They're kitty play boxes.
No,
That's
I
what they
have them
are.
too.
That's what they
I have them
are.
too.
And they'll
Yep.
actually like Fury. He'll come in and I'll have them stacked like that, which are normally stacked like that.
Yep.
He'll come in and he'll pull
Yep.
it down because he wants to play in his box. And I'm like, okay, well,
Mm-hmm.
eventually, I mean, right before we have apartment inspection is when I
Yep.
really purge stuff because I have to.
Right.
But for the
Yeah.
most part, this is as much their apartment as it is mine.
Oh yeah. No. And I've said this before. Just like with Justin. Justin says, he bought that land, but he ended up spending all that money. He's got a $71,000 cat. Well,
Yeah,
here's the thing in my house. If anybody thinks that I busted my ass to buy a house because I wanted some status symbol, no, it's because I can't rent. I literally didn't have options. So I
yeah,
had to buy a house. At the end of the day, I literally bought a house for my cats. It wasn't for me because if it was just me, I'd just rent someplace for cheap and just go on with my life. It would have been a lot easier for me. But no, I bought a house. So yeah, Justin might have a $71,000 cat, but I got a set of $170,000 cats right here.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my situation right now, I'm renting. I hate it. I had to
Right.
go through, and I've told my story, bits and
Yep.
pieces of it. But back in 21, after 2020 and the virus that shut everything down,
Yep.
when we started to open up, and when the the landlord and the administration started to come back again. Oh, there was an issue. Oh, you can't feed the cats. Oh, you can't do this. Oh, you can't that.
Right.
I literally had to go to our Pennsylvania Attorney General's office and file a complaint against them, just basically saying that it's not in my lease anywhere that they can control what I do in my free time. I
Right.
mean, in my private life, you can come in and you can tell me that I can't have, for example, a washer dryer. You can tell
Right.
me that, but you can't tell me that I can't go and trap cats and get them
Right.
TNR'd and feed that. You can't
Right.
tell me that. and
Right.
it went to the director, and they backed off. But I
Good.
had to go that far. I had to go to
Yep.
like the highest law in the
Yep.
land,
Yep.
that's in every state, which is the attorney general's office,
Yep.
to make my point. And then I had to
Yep.
threaten my landlord with arrest because she was talking about having the cats taken by animal control, which animal control doesn't deal with cats anyway, they only deal with dogs. But she
Right.
was like threatening to take the cats away.
Right.
And I said, oh, okay, so you're going to kill them. So I started
Right.
putting
Yep.
on social media, and I know people called her because the next thing
Yeah.
there was a call for mediation between her and the that agency I was telling you about in the beginning,
Right.
the landlord tenant agency, and they wanted to do a mediation. And one of her requests was that I stop putting her out there on social media. And I said, okay, well then you stop sending me nasty letters, because you know
That's
what?
right.
If you send me a letter, it's my property now. I don't
Yep.
have any obligation. I don't have any. I'm not a mandated reporter. I don't have any obligation for confidentiality. I don't.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you're sending me a nasty letter. I don't give a crap. I'm going to call
Right.
you out on it because
Right.
you can't do this. You just can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
And
the,
I love that.
and so it's not easy. And I know I'm not the only person that goes through
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, and like Eunice said, no one will rent to someone with too many cats. And you're
Right.
absolutely right, Eunice. You're absolutely right. And you know, and here's the thing, Eunice. Because you said that, that is exactly why you know, the whole persona of cat ownership being one way or the other on social media, um or in the media period, why it's so upsetting to me, because the reason why most people won't rent is because you have so much stigma that goes with cats because of them focusing on cat hoarding and cat this and all these awful situations. So it's like, one time I had a motorhome. I had a motorhome at one time because I was looking for a place to live at the time. I didn't have anywhere to live. So I bought a motorhome because it was really cheap and I found it in my area. And so I lived in the motorhome with 9 of my cats. And this was back, I don't know, 2017, I think it was, right before I moved back to my mom's. Um and so for 6 months I lived in that, and then I got a house. I got to rent a house. Now the landlords knew about my cats. I was talking them into letting me rent the house from them. She said, she came to me one day, and I had just gotten back from 3 days being gone with work. She goes, hey, she goes, you know what? We'll rent to you, but I want to see the condition of your motorhome right now. I said, girl, I've just been gone for 3 days. She goes, so basically what you're saying to me is where the condition of your motorhome is like the worst it's possibly going to be. I said, yeah, but you understand I've been gone for 3 days, right? She goes, I know. She goes, and I fully expect that it's not going to be perfect, but I want to see what it looks like, how well you keep it up, because if you keep it up well enough, then it shouldn't be that bad after 3 days. And I was like, all right, fair enough. So I brought her to my motorhome. She walked in, met my cats, saw my motorhome, and she said, all right, as long as you agree not to get any more cats while you live in the house, that's going to be part of your lease. She said, we'll rent to you. I couldn't believe it. I actually got somebody to rent to me when I had 9 cats, but that was because I had to do a lot of proving. Which, I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, if it was my house and I was renting to somebody, I'd want proof that they were going to take care of it too. I get it. I can understand that. I'm not mad. But it was really difficult. It was an uphill battle, and it's not fair in this area. Any cats really, Mary? You can't. The people won't rent to you if you have any cats. It's very unfair. That is very unfair, and I don't understand how they can do that.
But
Hey, 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 hey.
Kim,
Yeah.
think about this for a minute. Just the
Okay.
stigma. Okay, I understand too. I mean, I get like the proving thing, and I can, to a certain extent, I can agree with that.
Right.
But I also think it's very unfair because nobody with kids have to prove that they're going to keep their place up, and kids can damage things a lot more than animals can. I mean,
Right. Right.
there's parents that let their kids just run wild and do all kinds of stuff, and crayons all over the wall, and I mean all kinds of stuff goes on.
Right.
But nobody's saying like, well, let me see your trailer with the kid after 3 days to make sure that you take care of your
Right.
kid.
Right.
Nobody's saying that.
Right. And you know, Morgan just kind of touched on that. It said perfect houses belong to plastic people. Never mind cats. They don't let their kids touch anything. And that's a good point. It's a very good point. I'm glad you brought that up. But here's what, and to go along with what Wanda's saying, people don't make you prove that you take care of your house when you have many kids. And here's the thing. I've been in houses, okay, where they don't have any animals. They just have kids. I wouldn't eat anything at their house because it's so disgusting. And I'm like, and those are people that don't even have pets. They just have kids. So anybody that tries to say, oh yeah, well, pets are blah 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 blah, kids are just equally as nasty. And I'm saying that from the standpoint of I've got two kids that are grown. And I'm telling you what, kids are nasty. When they're younger, they nasty little creatures. And my cats are not as nasty as my kids ever were sometimes.
Kim,
And Dare to
Kim,
Be Different says, yeah, go ahead.
Kim, tell them about the petri dish.
Oh yeah, no, I mean we've had this conversation before,
Yeah.
but it bears repeating. My son he's very much into science, and one year for Christmas, my dad bought him a petri dish set that would allow him to take samples and uh, analyze the samples, whatever. So we took all these petri dishes and we swabbed every surface in the house, from the kitchen sink to all the cat's mouths, our mouths, the handle on the plunger in the bathroom, everything we could think of, because there was like 20 petri dishes. And at the end of that, the dirtiest place in my house was the kitchen counter. Now, that's not because I didn't clean, but the cat's mouths were cleaner, my mouth was cleaner, the plunger handle was cleaner. And it all comes down to the idea that the kitchen counter, think about it, where do people convene in the house? The kitchen. Where do you have all the things that have the most germs on them, like food, cross contamination, blah blah blah, everything? You walk in the house, you set down the bags from grocery shopping on the kitchen counter, everything lands on that kitchen counter, so that makes sense. But yeah, so, and this is back when I only had 3 cats. And I'll tell you what, the nastiest thing in my house was my kitchen counter and not the cats. So yeah, it's just, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how people have this misconception. And I was just reading through Dare to Be Different said I have 6 indoor rescues and 20 feral cats that live in the yard. A volunteer helped me get them all spayed and neutered. That's wonderful. I am so happy about that. That's great that you had somebody help you with that and you got that done. So applause to you. Good job. Good job. Eunice says there are so many apartment corporations now with a no pet policy. There is, and it's sad because it kind of eliminates. And I hate to say this, but a lot of older people in retirement, they get companion animals, and then they go, "Yeah, you can't have them." And I will say, my mom has a cat, and I know finding her, she's in assisted living now. I know that at one point when I was still helping her, trying to find her an assisted living place that would allow her to keep her cat was hard to do. And that's assisted living. Come on. Come on now. It's assisted living. Leave the older people alone. Just leave them alone. They accept dogs, but not cats. The apartments by me take their dogs in the lot in front of me. Nobody picks up the poo. Nobody. That's just, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's sad. It's sad that there's so many rules that are stacked up against people having happiness, basically. I mean, really. What do you think, Wanda?
Yeah, there's the well, I'm reading which one was it? I think it was Dare to Be Different that said about the corporation. No, wait. No, Eunice Henderson talking about the
Yeah.
corporations.
Yeah.
There is a huge movement. I shouldn't say
Yeah.
it's huge, but it's getting bigger. There's a movement.
Right.
It's called the co-sheltering movement. Look
Right.
into it. There's a couple
Yep.
different organizations that do it. I know there's oh, which one is that? Well, there's one. It's not Maddie's Fund. There's another one that actually is doing this right now. But the movement, the co-sheltering movement, is a movement to keep people and pets together, during times of crisis.
Right.
But it's also advocating heavily for more pet inclusive spaces. And that means not pet friendly, and not to, because pet friendly is just like, okay, well, we'll rent you, if you have a pet, we'll rent to you, but we're going to charge you $200 for a pet deposit, and then
Yeah.
we're going to charge you $50 a month pet rent and all these other red tape and hoops and crap you have to
Right.
jump through. Pet, on the other hand, pet inclusive means pet is basically like a extension of your family, which they are.
Yeah.
And
There.
the movement is to do away with these pet rents and pet deposits. So there is quite a few. Oh, Michelson's Found Animals, that's the one. Michelson's
Okay.
Found Animals actually has, they have I think a new program. It's a new program. I just heard it in a workshop that I attended for emotional support animals. But they have this new program where they're trying to help, like these big corporations, these apartment corporations become more pet inclusive.
Right.
And the co-sheltering movement, there's an act, I can't remember what it stands for. The acronym is PUP. It's the PUP Act, but basically the PUP Act is an act that if it's passed, it would give money to, like, okay, so like I'm in permanent supported housing. So it would
Right.
give money to those kind of housing providers to retrofit the units to make them pet inclusive. So they
Right.
wouldn't have to put any money out. It's just
Right.
convincing them that this is a good thing. And it all comes back to acknowledging that human animal bond and how strong it is. And that, I mean, Kim and
Right.
I can sit here and we can both testify that
Yeah.
our lives were literally saved because
Yeah.
of our companion animals. Neither
Yeah.
one of us would be here. I mean, just, you sit there and just sit with that for a minute and think about the
Yeah.
enormity of that, because we wouldn't
Yeah.
have this channel. You wouldn't have all of
Hey,
Kim's
hey, 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 hey.
supporters.
Hey.
You wouldn't have her.
Sorry.
I wouldn't, I never would have met Kim. Kim would have never met me. We wouldn't have had the joint venture of the armchair cat advocate.
Right.
We wouldn't know Jenna.
The
I mean, there's just it's the domino effect. It's the
butterfly effect
butterfly
is
effect.
is amazing. Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
We just
Eunice
wouldn't.
says, Eunice just said, what pisses me off living on the coast, hurricane evacuation shelters not allowing pets to come in the shelters. Are
Oh,
you
really?
serious? Are you
Oh,
kidding me?
yeah. That.
Oh, well, guess what? I'm not going. Dare to be different. There's a housing crisis in my province now. I think it's much harder to find a place if you have pets. And
Yeah.
I think that goes pretty much, you know, to kind of a universal issue right now is trying to find housing with pets.
Yeah,
And it
there's
does
yeah.
sucks.
I was just gonna say, Kim, there's a housing crisis everywhere, but go ahead.
Right, right. There is, so it's not just one area. I mean, that's the problem. Dare to be different. That's the problem. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. There's so many people that are getting turned away for housing, a basic necessity in life, simply because they have a companion animal. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let me just tell you something. Let me get up. Let me get up close and personal here, real quick. Do you want to know why people need emotional support animals? Do you want to know? You want to know? Because of you people that want to be judgy and rude and mean. You make people not like people. So they have animals because animals are non judgmental, nice, loving, caring, supportive, all the things that humans should be. So here's a suggestion: stop being assholes. How about that? Okay, rant over.
And I want to add to
Eunice.
that. I'm not going
Yeah,
to
go
get
ahead.
up close and personal because yeah, I don't think my fat face would fit in there, but um but 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 I will say that, we're talking about Kim and I started the Armchair Cat Advocate because we both are
Right.
passionate about the advocacy part of this animal human bond. And we wanted to
Yeah.
have, Kim didn't want to do it in her show, so because this is a different kind of, her channel is a different kind of channel. But one of the things
Right.
that, I want to stress is that these animal welfare issues of, the pet deposits and the emotional support animals and all these things are not just about animals, they're also about the people. So there's
Right.
that intersection between animal welfare and human services. There is that
Yeah.
intersection between animal welfare and social justice. It just is there. I mean, it's like the example of I'm in York County, Pennsylvania, our local SPCA. their policy is they don't want to accept any outdoor cats because they've gone to a no kill shelter model, and that would mess up their save rate, and they don't want to have the euthanasia that goes along with potentially with stray cats that can't be rehomed quickly or adopted out quickly, or might be sick. So they just don't want to accept them. And the problem becomes then who's taking care of the cats? Well, the people taking care of the cats are not the people in the wealthy areas. The people taking care of the cats are people like myself that are in poor areas. You're Kim, you're all frozen and oh,
You guys, am I frozen?
you're frozen.
You
I
got
don't
me?
know. You're
Am I
all
here?
messed up, honey.
I know you were doing it too for a
Oh,
second
I
there.
was. I
So
just saw it on your end.
yeah. So here's my thing. Um, and I don't, just forgive me. I'm not the one that came up with. Okay, I didn't do that. That's a social thing that other people. But there's neighborhoods that we all know those neighborhoods. Karen's neighborhood. The better. How often do you hear about people taking in strays and doing all that stuff? You don't. You know why? Because they're not. But why don't they have a problem with animals in that area? Because they're hush hush taking care of the problem. It's always the marginalized, lower class. Ouch, princess.
I don't know, Kim. You're breaking up for me. I don't know. Is Kim breaking up for anybody else?
Listen, please. Like that, I will ride out a hurricane in my mobile home with my cats. I would too. Some people just don't like cats. My neighbor has installed a motion sprinkler to keep the ferals out of her yard. They find a way around it by walking along the fence. I'm back. Oh my God. It's glitching.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's
Sorry.
yeah,
Slow mo with Cam. Slow mo with Cam. I
yeah.
love it.
Yeah, you were really breaking up there
Sorry.
and pixelating
I'm
and
not even moving. I'm not even moving. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I can't do anything. I'm sorry. I
you know
apologize.
what? I bet it's those damn cicadas. They're in they're
You
in
better
your
shut up.
Wi-Fi. They're in your
You better
they're
shut
now in
up.
the
I don't
wires.
like
They're
you.
crawling. They're gonna
Ah!
be knocking on your door soon, Kim.
Shut up. Stop with the cicadas. I
Kim.
don't want to hear it.
Hey everybody, new channel. Life with 19 cicadas. Because we got to get Chewy in there.
19
You
million.
know, Chewy's not included in the 18 count.
19 million cicadas.
Yeah,
It's
because
all
if
good now.
it's
Okay, thanks,
19,
guys.
I'd watch that channel.
I know you would just so you could laugh at me. I see other thing. I'm checking in the chat. We have a storm blowing in. Thought it was me. Cicadas. Mary Miles, you better be safe, woman. And stop with the cicadas. Stop with the cicadas. God dang it, you guys. I hate them so much. They're so awful, you guys. They're icky. For those of you that weren't in here at the beginning of this stream, go back because I actually I actually went outside to show you the cicadas. They're icky. They're so icky. I hate them so much. Ugh, yucky. Anyways, okay. Well, I think this was a good test run.
Yeah.
It's nice to know this works and that we can do this. Everybody's saying cicadas now, Mia. No, they're so bad. Listen, I don't wish this on anybody. All right, guys.
Kim,
Hey,
Kim, we wish you love, peace, and cicadas.
I hate you so much
I'm going to make a
sometimes.
t-shirt. Love, peace, and cicadas.
No. All right, guys. I got a bunch. I got to clean the house still. I got to go find wherever somebody's gotten sick after breakfast and get everything cleaned up and whatnot, so I can get myself together before we do our members only stream today. So, for those of you that are members and caught a membership today, congratulations! I'm really happy for you. And yeah, we're doing our our members only live stream today on Life with 18 Cats at noon Eastern. And tomorrow, Wanda and I will be back in action together for our Memorial Weekend celebration, and that's at 1 o'clock Eastern. Do you got anything coming up on the Armchair Cat Advocate?
I don't have
Anything scheduled?
anything other than just some
Just
uploads,
regular?
and
Okay.
I know Kim and I are going to be working on doing some
Yeah.
streams. We're just trying to figure out the best times. But I just want to
Yep.
point out before we go, I would just want to highlight Dare to Be Different.
Okay.
A comment. I find people
Yeah.
who take care of cats have big hearts and a lot of empathy. I
Yeah.
agree 100%.
100%. I think that's a great one to end the stream on. Is that thought right there? I love that thought very much. So, thank
Yeah.
you
Oh,
for all the
and
new, all the new. Yeah. Go ahead.
before we end, just one thing, Kim. I just want
Go
to
ahead.
thank everyone, and I know
Yes.
Kim. We didn't get a chance to do this together.
No.
We are now. I mean, before we started this stream, the Armchair Cat Advocate was up to 107 subscribers. We want to thank everyone for that. If you go over and you find value in the channel, Kim's part of that. We are co-owners of the channel. We're working on this together. I'm running it only because she has this to run.
Yeah.
So, she can't do it. It's just too much for one person
Yeah.
to really put your heart and soul into two channels at one
Right.
time. So we're working
Yeah.
on this together. And do you like frogs?
Listen,
Sorry, the ADD.
no, we do like
We
frogs.
do
We
like
do.
frogs.
We have. Listen, Mia. We actually have. We have a producer, and her name is Jenna. If you haven't been around long enough to know that, but her husband, his nickname, his pet name is Frog. So we love frogs here. We love all frogs here.
Oh,
But
Mia said, I am not a member. Do you want to
yep. Yeah.
tell?
If you want to be a member, you can go. Somebody. So yeah. So those are a member, and we've got a member that's growing exponentially by the week because we do something every weekend for members only. So yeah, so if you want to join in, you can join in, or you can just hang on and wait and see if you get a membership gifted to you, because we got a lot of really nice people around here that have been doing a lot of gifting lately. And so yeah, you never know. So Mia says, me too. I'm really happy to see so many just new names in here that we haven't seen before. Mia, Dare to Be Different, just right off the bat.
Yeah, you're breaking up again, Kim. Kim, you're glitching. You're glitching pretty bad. Kim. Uh-oh, did we lose Kim? Kim? Kim, speak to us. I think we might have lost Kim. Oh, we did lose Kim. Oh, now Kim's back. Hi,
Not
Kim.
anymore. I'm here. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here because my internet is obviously like going. I don't want to do it anymore. That's my sign. That's my cue. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for
Thank
joining us. Thank you
you.
guys for hanging out with us during a little testing, and we will see you guys next time.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.